The suspect in the shooting death of UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson could be transported to New York as early as this week to face second-degree murder charges. He's currently being held in Pennsylvania, where he is fighting extradition. CBS News Crime and Public Safety Unit Coordinating Producer Anna Schecter has been closely following the case, and she joins me now here in Studio 55. Good to see you.
Hey, Vlad. Great to be here.
So let me ask you, the first question I think a lot of people want to understand is why would he fight extradition to New York? Is there a particular reason why it matters whether he's here in the state of New York or in Pennsylvania?
It's a great question. I think initially his tactic was delay, push this back. He was defiant. You saw him shouting as he was being ushered by cops into that courtroom. But now he's hired a high-powered, very experienced lawyer who worked in a prosecutor's office for 3 decades. And she has seen the mountain of evidence that investigators have against him. And she's thinking, you know what? We don't need to fight this extradition. Let's just get him to New York and let's navigate through the court system as smoothly as possible. And I think that's why we heard Alvin Bragg on Friday say that this could happen very quickly, as soon as tomorrow.
Wow. And so take us through what happens once he is here in New York. They don't have to share any of the grand jury deliberations or evidence with his attorney.
That's right. So already he's been charged with second-degree murder, but we're told that we could expect to see a first-degree murder charge come down based on all the evidence. Now, this in New York is usually reserved for law enforcement who are killed by a suspect. But in this case, this high-profile case, given all the evidence, I think we're probably going to see Bragg try to bring that higher charge because he's got so much on this person, and they feel so confident they have the right guy.
And as someone who's done this for quite some time, is it surprising to you that with all of the technology, when the story first broke, you were talking to officials, you were talking to investigators as they were trying to track the suspect down, and we were talking about DNA, and we were talking about the cameras that are all over New York City and facial recognition, and at the end of the day, it came down to just an ordinary person at a fast food restaurant saying, hey, you know what? That dude's eyebrows and his eyes look very particular. I think I've seen him somewhere else. Oh, yeah, on this wanted poster, called in the tip.
Such a great point, because technology can only take us so far. And sometimes investigators can be blinded by data. They were flooded with tips and flooded with thousands of hours of surveillance footage. And even that facial recognition technology, it didn't work because of the awkward angle pointing down at his face.
I didn't know that.
It didn't pop a positive ID. They literally didn't know who he was. They did not have an ID on the suspect until that Altoona police officer said, okay, yeah, we've got the right guy. They arrest him. And it's thanks to the McDonald's, the people in McDonald's who recognized him. And then they found the gun on him. They found the ammunition on him. They found the clothing on him. And that non-manifesto 300-word writing addressed to the feds, essentially acknowledging the crime.
Wow, fascinating. Anna Schecter, thank you very much for being here.
Happy to be here.
Appreciate it.